What's up, guys? Welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick, joined tonight by my buddy Andrew. Some of you guys may recognize him from Tree House Brewing Company. We are going to be opening a couple of very, very special growlers that really probably not many people have at this point, but we're going to share them with you because they're really special and assuming that they're going to be amazing, right?
Hopefully. I mean, that's really the goal.
That is really the goal on camera, to make sure that we share amazing beer with you. So, what are we going to be looking at tonight?
So, I believe the first one we're going to open is Triple Shot, which is pretty much the imperial version of Double Shot, which is Treehouse's coffee stout.
Pretty famous now. It's been all through 2014. It came out originally for EBF, and then he's done like over 10 different versions of Double Shot, and it's one of the most popular beers now.
Yeah, I think the first one was called Percolation.
Right, that was a single coffee stout.
Yeah.
Then Double Shot was created.
Yeah, and then they pretty much ran with Double Shot.
For the whole year.
Different coffee each time.
Yep.
And
now,
yeah.
So this was a one-time thing, Triple Shot. Nate said he probably won't ever do this one again. It's just probably too crazy, too expensive to make.
Yeah.
And this is... it's exactly double the amount of coffee that they use in Double Shot, actually. So in a way, it's actually a quadruple shot.
Yeah.
And it is a different base beer than Double Shot. If you guys have had Double Shot, this is actually a different base beer. And it is higher alcohol as well. It's 9% as opposed to 7.6.
7.8, I think.
7.8, something like that. But so that's that. And the date on this is February 28th.
Wow.
So, okay, it's May 16th, something like that. So it's got
3 months.
Yeah, it's got 3 months on it. So, but it's been in the fridge. And even harder to get, even more ridiculous, is one called Blend 1. Now, the reason we're doing these together is because Blend 1 is a blend of Triple Shot and the unreleased barrel-aged stout called Truth. You know, if you talk about that a little bit, or not much to say really.
It was sitting in barrels for a year at the old brewery, and the first time I think it was ever released was for the Row 34 dinner.
Right.
If anyone went to that, so that was great. And they kegged it from the barrel and brought a still version of it to Row 34, and that was amazing. And I think that week it was blended, or the week after, it was blended into Triple Shot for Blend 1, and I believe it was only a sixtel.
Yeah, there was
made of it. Maybe a couple sixtels.
There weren't many fills of this done.
I didn't get any.
Right.
To put it in perspective.
And I traded for this one pretty hefty to get this one, and this was filled February 27th. This one was filled February 28th, so they're 1 day apart from fills. And the blend is 74% Triple Shot, right? And 26% Truth, which we just said was the barrel-aged Imperial Stout that's never been out before. And that was aged in bourbon barrels, like Elmer T. Lee or something like that. I forget the name of the distillery.
That he used.
But either way, guys, that's the whole lowdown on what we're doing here. And this has no ABV on it, so...
It's mysterious.
It's pretty mysterious. But let's get into them, guys. We got Blend 1 and Triple Shot. Let's do it. All right, guys, we got the Triple Shot and Blend 1 poured out here, and we had a little puzzle to work out of which was which because they look exactly the same, and whatever. Long story, let's get into it. We can try to swirl around. You don't need to swirl yours anymore. I know you already had to swirl yours around, but so yeah, really, really dark heads, guys. I mean, pitch black beer. What do you expect? Lacing, amazing on, well, at least here. Great lacing on both of these. Really dark brown mocha heads, and definitely can see the alcohol legs, especially on the Blend 1. So my left here, Triple Shot. On the right, Blend 1, and both look pretty damn identical, so much so that we were getting confused. So we're hoping that we got it right. Yeah, and that's pretty much all there is to say about the appearance. I mean, what do you think? The heads look really creamy.
Yeah.
Just really like chocolate mousse kind of head to it. It's really gorgeous. But yeah, it looks really thick. And these are both like just cellar temp right now.
Yeah,
really just
they are a really great temperature.
At the perfect temp. So let's get an aroma. on triple shot here. Wow. What do you get out of that?
It's just
super dark chocolate.
Yeah. It's not like a crazy coffee aroma like I've gotten with double shot, which I think also says a lot because it's 3 months old.
I was just going to say, let's keep in mind 3 months of age on this, but very rich, very decadent, like a dessert, like an espresso.
Yeah.
Espresso kind of a brownie.
Like an espresso mousse kind of.
Yeah. Really dark, like espresso and dark chocolate. But like you said, not this fresh, punch you in the face kind of coffee, just a more dessert-like kind of espresso. Let's get an aroma on the triple shot. I mean, the blend one. Let's see what we get. Definitely the hint of bourbon. Definitely that kind of alcohol, like that spirit note in there. Pretty somewhat slight, but it's there.
Yeah.
It smells of bourbon.
I feel like I get a little bit of nuttiness to it. Like not walnutty, but a little nuttiness.
Like an almond or
a
like a pistachio kind of thing. And there is like a tart, almost like a tart fruit in there. I don't know what that is. It's just a tartness from, I don't know if it's from the alcohol or what, but there's definitely, I would say this is probably 10, 11% easy though.
Yeah.
With the alcohol, even though it's not listed. Let's start with the taste on the triple shot then. Ready, buddy? Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Wow.
I think I took way too big of a sip. It's so freaking good. That is like it's like drinking liquid fudge, really.
Yeah.
It's that.
I was gonna say there's not a crazy amount of carbonation in it.
Not after
3 months in swirling, yeah.
But it's there. It's just enough to help move the beer. But it's really thick, guys. This is like, wow.
It's very viscous.
Just as I'm talking.
Yeah.
You don't even need to take another sip, guys. It's just like, wow. Just chocolate, espresso, dark chocolate. It's somewhat bitter, like a dark chocolate with like bitterness to it, but
yeah, I get a little bit of like fudge cake.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
It's like liquid fudge brownie. Carbonation's still there. It's very, very small bubbles. Very just helps the beer move. That's it. But it's super silky smooth, like velvety.
Yeah, I get a little like sweetness out of it too. It's not overly sweet, but a good amount of sweetness to it that makes it very much of a dessert beer, I think.
Now you've had double shot, and you've had a lot of the double shots.
Yeah.
So how does this compare? I know it's a different base beer, but what do you think?
I think double shot, and I have a lot of double shots when they're fresh.
Sure.
So I think those are just overly coffee. Not overly coffee, but a ton of coffee, which is great. That's what I love about it. It's
right.
Hard to compare other beers to double shot that are coffee styles because double shot is so much coffee.
Especially fresh, like you said.
Yeah.
This is an interesting almost experiment to try a coffee stout 3 months in, and the flavors just seem to have smoothed over. Kind of mellowed out, but like it's just very dessert-like.
Yeah.
It maybe in some ways it makes it more drinkable because it's not so over the top. It doesn't kill your palate.
Yeah.
It's just very fudgy. Wow. All right, I want to do a taste on the blend one, see if we get anything different. Hopefully there's some little bit. Hopefully there's some bourbon in here. Cheers.
Cheers.
If we have to.
I get a lot less coffee.
Right up front, you get that. Yeah, right up front, you get that just slight twinge of bourbon.
Yeah.
It's there.
But it's not overly.
It's very subtle.
At all. It's not as if you took triple shot and barrel aged it.
Yeah, I think
it's not that at all.
I think what Nate was going for here was something pretty subtle. 26%. So that's not a whole ton, but it's just enough to give you a touch of a barrel aged character. But it's not like a full blown, over the top, Imperial Stout that's been barrel aged. It's just very, very nicely done. Wow. And you can tell it's the same beer. I mean, even it's really, really quite similar. I don't want to make it sound like it's not different enough, but it's definitely
the same beer.
Different. Yeah.
On the second sip, I got a lot more like bourbon characteristics.
I was just gonna say, now it's really as it layered up there for a second, because we had this in our mouths, and it really just coats your palate, right? So that this had to kind of layer itself up on top of the triple shot, and just like, I don't know about you, my mouth is just coated with flavor right now. We probably should have done a palate cleanse, but that whatever. It's incredible. Yeah, bourbon, less of that fudgy, just kind of dessert, more bourbon.
Yeah,
but in a good way.
It's not sweet either.
No,
but I do get a little, not vanilla, but maybe slight caramel.
Yeah, brown sugar, caramel.
Yep,
definitely, and just a really nicely done bourbon. I mean, if I had this, say we had this blind or whatever, and we didn't know who did it or whatever, this was like a really, really silky smooth, very nicely done bourbon, chocolatey, coffee stout. But I'd say still, the coffee has dropped off over the last few months on these quite a bit. Maybe we're just spoiled from having double shot fresh, but very, very good. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to say about that except that it's really just like a bourbony, more chocolatey, less coffee kind of version of triple shot. So I think we'll sip on these for a few minutes and then come back with our final thoughts and scores for you guys. All right, guys. So we've been sipping on the blend 1 and triple shot here, and it is quite a treat, as you can imagine. And we're gonna go ahead and do another quick smell and taste for you guys of each, and give you our final thoughts. Just dark chocolate, coffee.
I feel like a lot of things though have come. You can really distinguish between the coffee and the chocolate on it. As it's warmed up. I would say like with these, I know with Good Morning I do it all the time, but I'll have this and then just put it aside and just leave it there for the rest of the night and just drink it like an hour later.
It's that amazing, and it changes. Even though we opened these when they were like pretty much almost cellar temp, and they're still warming up. They still have a little chill to them.
Yeah.
They're just evolving. As soon as we open them and pour them, it's basically like a liquid dessert, guys.
Yeah,
and it's just
that's what I was gonna say. It's
vanilla-y,
typical dessert,
chocolatey. Yeah, let's check out the blend 1. That sweetness from the bourbon's just coming forward. Really, I'm sure whatever that Elmer T. Lee or whatever was probably really good. A good bourbon to use for this beer.
I get a lot more like stickiness.
It's more sugary.
Yeah.
And I almost can like see. It almost looks like it's got sugar granules in it. Like it's ridiculous. It's really sweet, but from the alcohol, there is that roastiness from the coffee to sort of balance it out.
Yeah.
But I could see this being a little too sweet for some people. It's a little sugary, but not in a bad way. It does have that alcohol bite to it as well.
Yeah, and the good part too is that since it's a blend, it's not 100% truth. So if people aren't crazy into like the bourbon barrel sweetness, this is great as like a kind of intermediary, but it gives you a good sense of what truth is if you were to get 100% truth, which I'm sure is amazing.
This could easily have been an over-the-top bourbon bomb, but it's just approaching that point where you're like, oh wow, this has got some spirit to it. It's got spirit in it. The other thing I read actually, which was funny, on the description of blend 1 that Nate wrote, was talking about how after much deliberation and tipsiness, they decided on the blend number.
Yeah.
So I think he really put a lot of time and tasting into into deciding this specific number of percentage. But
I wish I was there for all those tastings.
Yeah, where was that deliberation? I must have missed that. But as far as the score, the triple shot has a 99, and the blend 1 has a 94, and there's not many ratings on either of these, so the number system and whatever on Beer Advocate's very skewed, or it just isn't. Yeah. So as far as let's start with triple shot for you. What do you think?
For triple shot was actually my favorite of the two.
Okay.
I liked it a little bit more. It reminded me of double shot, but in a different way, which I thought was really cool. It's great to have it now, and I had it fresh and be able to see how that changes.
Sure.
Number-wise, I'd probably go with either 98 or 99. I really enjoyed it. It's a great beer. It's one that you could have a whole glass of it and really enjoy it after a nice meal.
And I think it's really nice, like you said, to see it change. It's so mellowed out now that it's so just a dessert, but it's not, nothing's out of place.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm interested to see how this compares to double shot that has some age on it, which we'll have to do a video of that.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of double shots that I'm waiting to open.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
And
a good thing and a bad thing.
And so 98 or 99 for that one?
Yeah.
What do you think for blend one?
Blend one, the nose on it just gets better and better.
I agree.
It says this is one that I could just smell all night.
It's kind of silly.
Yeah.
There's a sugary sweetness and brown sugar thing to it.
I'd probably say like a 96. I think I would give it.
Okay. So a solid A.
Yeah, really solid A. Maybe 97.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's interesting, like I said, because of the rating system. Realistically, if there was more ratings on that, it probably would have been in that 99 range or something like that. But it's got a 94 as it stands now. So
I think it'd be funny if I rated like a 70, and then just watch everyone struggle. I'd be like, all right, there's something wrong here.
Well, it's such an obscure beer, not even many people get to try it, so it's kind of hard to talk about and people understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think it's also good because I haven't had barrel-aged beers, well, not barrel-aged, but beers that have either a blend of barrel-aged beers in them or coffee styles that taste anything like this. So I think the uniqueness is great in its own way.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's really good.
To be able to do a horizontal review like this is pretty cool, especially from a brewery like Tree House. Nate's been waiting forever to do a blend or do something experimental with a barrel. Yeah. It's just been, so in such a small space for such a long time.
Yeah.
It's been the first time he's been able to play around.
I mean, these barrels were sitting underneath like a shelving unit.
Right.
Because it was the only space that we had at the time.
And I think he even said in the description of Blend 1, this is really just a preview into what Tree House is going to do in the future. Obviously, it's called Blend 1, so there's going to be a lot more blends, and there's going to be a lot more playing around with barrels and barrel aging, and I'm sure one day a bunch of you guys will be able to get barrel-aged Tree House beer when it comes out in bottles and limited numbers, I'm sure. So my score on triple shot is going to be a I'm gonna go right ahead and match the users. 99, perfect. I mean, I think if I had opened it even sooner, I might just go on 100 pretty easily.
Yeah, I remember my first time and it was pretty much 100.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing. I think I let it age maybe a little too long, but it's a 99. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's viscous. It's literally fudge, espresso melted down kind of thing.
And it's funny because double shot is so great. So when you make an imperial, you're kind of unsure of how that's going to work out. It's going to be too over the top in one way or another, but as balanced as double shot is, this kicks it up a notch, but keeps everything in level 2.
Which is interesting because I know he said he had to create a new base beer for it.
Yeah.
And it really does kind of taste like double shot still, but just, like you said, amped up.
Yeah.
For 9%, by the way, the alcohol, I don't think we mentioned that, but the alcohol in these is really just non-existent as far as tasting it.
Yeah.
So
I don't get any boozy qualities.
Even in the blend one,
it's not like a
it's just a warming.
Bomb.
No, it's just a tiny warming from the spirit that's there. So as far as my score on the blend one, definitely not a 94. I think that was just a little silly, but I would go. No, it's tough. They're both so good. They're almost I think they're both pretty much 99s for me. I think they're both 99s. Because I like them just the same. They're just a lot different. And as they warm, they keep getting a little bit more different.
Yeah.
But there's something about the sweetness and that spirit kind of alcohol sweetness that's there that really I like. It kind of cuts through all the richness of the chocolate and the vanilla and the brown sugar kind of things. I like that bourbon note to it, and it just keeps getting better as it's sitting out.
Yeah.
It's like room temperature now. It's amazing.
I liked it better now than I did when we first took sips of it.
I agree. If it was cold, I don't think it would come across in nearly the same way.
Well, you miss out on a lot of the distinct flavors and small notes on it.
Little nuances that really you should drink these kind of beers pretty much room temp. So yeah, I give 99 for both of them, guys. I don't like one more than the other really, but both different, but both have similarities. So that's it. Been a long review. Hope you guys enjoyed some special Tree House growlers. And thanks a lot for Andrew to come out to my house.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And we may have a couple more reviews. We'll see. Maybe one, maybe two. We'll see what happens. But we're going to go enjoy these guys. So thanks for watching. Remember to comment, subscribe. Let me know if you've had either one of these. And if you feel like you're pissed off that you can't try these, they should get double shot, right?
Yeah.
Double shot is incredible.
And it's on pretty regularly. I probably say once every 2 months, once every 3 months.
Yeah.
And it's on for a good amount. I mean, right now, double shot's on, so.
Yep, and now it's on for a long time because the I don't know how many barrels he brewed of it, but yeah. Anyways, it's on for a long time, so get double shot if you can. Very similar to at least the triple shot in flavor and aroma and stuff like that. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next beer review. Cheers.